So welcome to the show, guys. The dump that we were talking about throughout last week finally occurred over the weekend. So this was what I said the last time I was on the show. I said if we don't get the dump around this region from this candle, if we don't get the dump here, then it means we're gonna have a push up until this region, somewhere around here, and then we're gonna have the nuke. But the market wasn't even strong enough, and we started dumping right here. And since then, we've gone down for about 8%, so which is about 15% on altcoins, and it's been really good. So if you didn't get in on the short positions, I would ask you to just stay out and wait for a bounce somewhere around this region, because the bounce is imminent and we are going to see a relief. So just wait around this area until we see a market structure shift, and then you can take some longs. So what I think is going to happen is that we're going to come down. We're still going to come down somewhere around here before we're going to have a reversal. And I'm expecting that we break this trend line and then come up a little bit, maybe touch this region before going back down, and then before nuking, and then before coming back down this way. And if that happens, then it means the bull market is over and we are officially in a bear market, more like a downtrend. Because what that would mean is that we had a higher high here, a lower high, a higher high, another lower high. No, sorry. So what that would mean is that we had a lower high here, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, another lower high. So most likely make a lower low here, come here, make a lower high, and then we dump, and then we keep dumping that way. So that's what it is. So if you look at BTC, you see the same thing. So I'm expecting BTC to still fall, maybe between now and Wednesday to still fall into this region. So maybe the between 82, between hopefully between the 78 to 74 or 72 region. I would expect BTC to still fall a bit. The same thing with Fatcoin. All of these guys are going to be falling. So this was one of the trades I took. All I had to do was put a counter trend line. Since I was sure the market was going to be falling, I put in a counter trend line here on the 4-hour time frame. And the moment I saw this break, I waited for a retest, and then for that break, I put in my entry here and I let the market fall. So this was a good way to be sure the market was going to be falling. Once it took out this place acting like a support, I knew we were going to fall. And from what I'm seeing now, we might still fall a little bit before we get that reversal. So I also tried to take a trade on Kaito, but I missed it. I knew this was going to be an awesome trade because of this flag pattern that you see here. So what I did was I took this tool and measured from here to here. I knew 21% was going to be happening right here, so I put this here to measure it to see how deep we were going to go. And just to be on the safer side, I put my take profit around here. But what happened was that instead of entering on a market sell, I decided to enter on a limit sell. And for that reason, I put my entry a bit higher, thinking the market was going to come back, pick me and go. But unfortunately, the market left me and just dumped. This dump, boom, 7%. And when I saw that, I didn't want to get back in, so I just let it ride. Because since I'd already missed like 7% out of the entire move, I didn't want to try to enter again, so I just let it go. but I didn't miss this virtual trade. This was more like the AXS USDT trade, so it was a counter trend line on the 4 hours time frame, and then I waited for the market to break, retest, and then drop, and so I joined and I went with the trend. So that's about it, guys. It's been a really good sell over the weekend, and I think these levels are gonna hold. So the market might still dump a little bit. And towards the weekend, I'm looking forward to a market structure shift. So we have something like this coming down, and then maybe range a bit, and then we have this to the upside. And if you look at the total again, if I go to the daily time frame, you'd see that a double bottom is clearly forming around this region. So let me take out all this. You see that a double bottom is forming on the daily time frame. So what you'd see is we're having something like this. The next thing that we should be expecting is this. I would have a double bottom formed here. The same thing on the weekly time frame. So if I go on the weekly time frame too, you'd see that the same pattern is also forming up nicely. And what that indicates is that when you see these patterns forming on the weekly, you see it forming on daily, it's most likely going to play out. So we have the same pattern again here, down, up, down, and what's most likely going to happen is that we have this going up. So that's why I'm saying sit out right now and wait for this sell to happen, and we see the reversal clearly. Then you can now try to get your entries for a relief rally. So that's about it, guys. The market is currently dumping. It's not advisable to try to get in now. Sit out and wait for the relief rally. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.